people. All right, people. Hello, it's Mr. Miller. Hope everyone is doing well. I just want to start by talking a little bit about the research paper that you began before we were dismissed from school on Friday, March 13th. I know we already started this assignment, but now that we're in the virtual setting, I want to modify it a little bit. I want to just run through the document that I created and modified for the virtual setting. So if you see, it's now going to be worth 100 points for everybody, and it's going to be due now on Thursday, May 7th. So just a couple things that have changed. Because we're now working virtually away from the classroom, I want to give you the option of completing the assignment on your own without a group. Or if you so choose, and if you feel like you were in a good place before we left, you may stay with your group and complete it that way, although there is not going to be a presentation component anymore. You're just going to turn in your paper, and it's going to be worth 100 points, whether you stick with your group or you go solo. All right? So if you look at the assignment, you will now have the option of teaming up with your peers. So if you do that, you would just stick with the group you were in before we left school. Or if you want, you can break away from your group and you can choose to write a research paper on a chosen topic on your own. So you might want to talk to people in your group and say, hey, do we want to stick together and do this, or do we want to go our own separate ways? Because it might just be easier to go your own separate ways. You kind of remove the communication aspect from it. But if you feel like you still can communicate, if you still want to complete in a group, that'll be up to you. So if you see this, basically as we move to a virtual setting, you may continue to work on your research paper with your group, or you may begin a new project on a new or the same topic. So say you do want to go individual, well, you can pick a whole new topic for your research paper, kind of like starting over. Or you can stick to your topic, but you would just present it in your own way. So you would do the background, both sides of the issue, and then what you see as the solution, like a more typical research paper. All right. So basically, that would take the group dimension out of the equation and allow you to complete your work on your own. All right. And other than that, it's pretty much the same. All right. So the basics remain the same. And so if you are choosing to remain with your group, as a group of 4, each group member will be responsible for presenting information in a certain area, and you can just choose to whatever role you had before we let out on March 13th, right? So maybe you're doing the background, one side of the issue, the other side of the issue, or the solution. And if you're in a group, you can just stick to that role. All right, and it's the same deal. And no matter what, if you work individually or if you work in a group, it's still going to be a 2 to 4 page double-spaced paper. All right. So if you choose to work solo, you will write a 2 to 4 page research paper that covers all aspects of your chosen topic, the background, both sides, the solution. And like I said, this is just the more typical research paper option. All right. So if you do work solo, same thing, you'll maintain your own Noodle Tools reference. You'll use still 3 separate sources minimum. You'll still have your 10 in-text citations. Your paper length will be the same. And let's go back up to the group presentation. So please note there is no presentation component of the project. Each group member will simply submit their individual papers for a grade out of 100. So I think this simplifies it, and it gives you the option to remain with your group or to go solo, to break away and do your own thing. So yeah, the option is up to you. All right, so hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Again, you can just stick with the group, no presentation component, stick with the paper you were writing or the same role you were doing before we left, or you can break off, choose a new topic, and cover both sides of the issue and posit a solution that way. All right, so hopefully, again, that wasn't too confusing. Kind of sounds confusing as I was talking through it, but really shouldn't be too confusing. You either stick with your group or you go solo, and you can choose a new topic or you can stick with the same topic. All right. So if you have any questions, as always, please just email and I'll do my best to respond as promptly as possible and answer your questions. All right. Thank you.